Since instruction started in 1927, the Texas Tech College of Architecture has not had a single major remodel. Now, a large donation from a family of Red Raiders will change that.
KCBD News Channel 11's Natalie Falkenberry joins us live from the campus with a look at how this transforming gift will be used. Natalie.
Well, Karen and Abner, I'm here in front of the College of Architecture at Tech, and as you can see behind me, it's already sporting its new name. Today, Texas Tech announced that this building will be getting a new name and a new look.
We're renaming the College of Architecture the Tommy J. Huckabee College of Architecture.
Tommy Huckabee was a first-generation college student at Texas Tech many years ago. He attended Tech for 1 year but did not have the funds to finish. His son Chris Huckabee says the passion behind this donation is to give first-generation students the chance his father didn't.
Part of those resources are going to be a focus on more first-generation students, to get more first-generation students the dollars they need to be able to successfully graduate from the college.
The amount of the donation is undisclosed, and although the college will be named after the family, Chris says he and his family are only concerned with how the gift will help Texas Tech students for years to come.
And my father's first question was, I don't care about the name, I want to know what it does for students. And I said, we're going to have more first-generation students than any college of architecture in the nation. And my dad said, that's it, I'm in, yes.
Not only is the college getting a new name, but also a much-needed facelift.
As you look around in this building, I think we'd all agree it's not beautiful. A lot of this support is going to go to scholarship support for the students, technology to enhance their educational experience.
Planning for the renovations are already underway, and President Skuvenak says we can expect to see those changes in as soon as a year. Karen and Abner.
Thank you, Natalie.